Hello, I am here again, and today I am going through my August setup. I call it kind of my work planner because it does center around my work activities. But I do put in a couple personal things. So when I'm looking at my day, so I wanted to share this with you. Yesterday I showed my gratitude journal and that set up, and so now I've got that set up for the week. And I will show you how. Oh, this is actually my scripting journal. So here's day one, day two. Gosh, I'm really loving that I'm dedicating a full page. Doesn't that look amazing? So I've got this, and the only thing left that I have to do, even though today is the second day of the month, is I need to set up my tracking. Because I tried to track in this last month, and that did not work. I'm just tracking work over here. And then this is my gratitude journal with sterling ink, and I think I went over this and how I'm writing in the things that I remember from the day. And then I come over here and I give my gratitudes for the day. So I've got to do that today. I'm doing a more reflective thing here. I don't want to recap this, but where I go in, like so tomorrow, I did it yesterday, but where I go in and I answer 3 questions. And these questions are: what success did I achieve today? Where did I put quality effort in? And where did I make progress? And this comes from a book that I'm reading. It's called A Confident Mind. And what it talks about is that we have a tendency to go to like what we didn't do and the things like that. And so this is to retrain our mind to focus on what we do because we do a lot. So I really like that, and that's incorporated into this. Now this is my sit on the desk. This is my planner. This is my main kahuna, if you will. And so this is Jane's agenda. Mostly material in here. I'm getting into Jane. I think that she does a quality job. And so these come from Infinite Lotus, and these are the intention cards, and so I really like that. So I put that in here, although this probably deserves to be in my journals, but I just like the aesthetics of it. And then I think that especially after setting up this week, I'm probably not going to be as decorative in this journal, but I went ahead and I started it, and I'm a person that finishes things. So this is where I'll keep those stickers or whatever stickers I'm using. Maybe they're just going to be spotlight stickers or something from Cloth and Paper. And then what I did is, and this is like really exciting to me that I did this, is because I had a lot of things that were on my plate last month. And last month, I don't even know how I'll be able to measure with what we did last month, but I went ahead and I did my resets for my goals and planned this all out in 3 different areas of my life, and then put them in a glance and put in the steps. I mean, this was time consuming. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of tried to not do it, but I want to do it. I want to move my, so anyway, I set all this up. And so that is at the front of my planner. I want to go back and revisit it every week. And then part of that reset, I don't know if you got the box, but was to go ahead and pick the areas of your life, and then every month you just kind of go through. And so so I did that. So I did it and I think in one of my last videos I talked about I'm doing a Dan Martell 6-month reset type of thing, and it's like a 4-week. So it really fills in with this, because this is my CEO, this is my financial, personal, and then environment. When I talk about my environment, I talk about my home, just my entire space. So once I get to this little thing that came from Jane's agenda, I know that I'm jumping into my actual calendar. And this is for the month of August, and these come from Infinite Lotus, and oh, I love them. I love them, love them, love them. And so this is my setup, and this is from Jane's agenda. A couple months back, she was doing an 18-month, plan. You get a package of 18 months, so it would take you through the end of the year, and then I think the idea is that if you get into 2027, which just sounds so crazy, like far away, then Ziggy, no. Sorry, that's my dog. Then you will be very well. So the top of this is just the things that I want to tether into my calendar, and then the projects I'm working on, and then reverence is my word of the month, and then these are the projects I'm working on. So I've got dates in here. And then this, I don't really love the aesthetics of it, but I put in key dates in here. Nothing that is habitual, not my workouts, not my regular meetings that I go to or anything like that. This is just stuff that stands out to me. And up here I want to put something that'll be inspirational for me for the month. And so I'm trying to think of like, who do I want to really zero in on for this month? And I'm not a visitor of this regularly because except for maybe on Sundays when I do my calendar, but still I think it's good just to write it out. Now this last month was where I was keeping my log for my personal stuff, like my meditation and different things like that. But I've put that back into I'm going to put that back into this scripting notebook where I was always doing it, and it's where I'm used to regularly visiting. And so this is just stuff that has to do with my 30-day challenge for my office. And so we've got videos and we've got Instagram posts and different things like that. So I'm going to track that here. And every month this could be dedicated to something else that I really want to put into motion. But for this month, that's what it is, because it is a company-wide thing. I'm going to bring this over. I'm not going to show you because this is my business planner, and I keep all my bank statements in here, and I keep all of my marketing material that I do. And so I don't want to show that, but I want to show you the piece. So this piece is what I duplicated because they don't sell them in Jane's Agenda anymore. And I made my own, guys. I made my own with the cover page from the month. So what I'm going to do over here, because this is kind of a social, I'm not a social media person, but I want to become one, is I am going to put the posts that I put here or something of that nature, and then I map this out to be the same as this over here where, you've got your goal, and then what was it last month, what are you trying to achieve for this month, and what you actually did. And I really liked that. So I felt like I can make it my own, and so I did. And so that's what I did, and that will go back into my business planner, but now I'll have it on my desk planner. So now this is the week, and I took out all of my little tabs and stuff like that. So this would actually go on a divider tab so I could pull it out. And this is their number 33, and it's specific for the month, for the week. And then I've got my active projects. So even though for the beginning of this month, I've got a lot of active projects, I don't want to overwhelm myself. And these are the bills that we're going to pay this week. And then I don't remember what I was going to use this area for. I widened this out over here to make this my errands and to buy. So while I'm out, I can just look at this and be like, okay, while I'm out, you got to pick up, milk, or I don't even drink milk. I don't know. I always use that as an example. And then what tasks. So as the week goes on, add these on, or maybe if they're tethered to these types of things, I can put them in here. I think it's most important that I'm tracking, like, who do I need to follow up with, at least in my line of work, and then what are my priorities. And then I circled this date because this is something that I've committed to doing with my office manager on that day. And so it always has to be filled in. And this, by looking at this, I know that I will for sure always have that done. Okay, so if you saw my Winter Wonderland, I always call it the Winter Wonderland, my Wonderland 222 setup, this is just the remnants of that. And I fell in love with the orange and the green, and so I just went with it. But this is a little bit too much for me, actually, for my work planner. But what I did and what you've seen me say before is I want to see balance in my calendar. So the orange dots are workout, and I didn't put one there. And then these have to do with meetings and such. These are kind of self-love things. This is my nail appointment. This is my acupuncture I do weekly. And then these are social things that I'm doing. So the orange and with the green is social. And then the striped ones are, what are they? Oh, this is personal. This is with my mom and my family. We're going to have dinner over there. So that's how this looks. It's not completely filled out, but I wanted to get this out today and just show you how I'm doing it. This is, you know, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to decorate going forward. And then I have this area back here, and I started this before I got really serious about videoing, and I went ahead and I set this up. And now I feel like I'm duplicating it, but what the heck, I've already got it ready to go. So here is some of those stickers I was mentioning I don't have left over anymore from the, what is this? This is the Graceful Muse. And so I want to just go in here. I don't know, maybe it'll just be like how many views I have, or I don't know, like maybe how many people even like the thing. I don't even know. I'm doing this for you guys and me, you know. I want to share my journey with people. And then this I saw someone do, and so I glued it on the back of this. So this is like kind of a brain dump area, and these are the steps. So you put the video. I have to learn how to edit and do all these things. If you watch me, you know that like I'm really not good at that. And I apologize, and I appreciate you guys sticking in there with me for those who have. And yeah, so then the rest of this, I just have the remaining months of this quarter in here. And then back here, I just have some stuff that I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use or not, but these are maybe good for notes, maybe good for something. But there's a lot of times that I want to grab something. I'm still trying to figure out what to use this for. I just saw someone say that they do it for their steps. I do a lot of weight training and aerobics, so I'm not the step person, but maybe I should. My puppies are getting older, and so maybe I should. And so that is really it. I know that this is super quick, super zoomed over, but I wanted to get this out today because it's, even though it's not finished, I think that you'll get the idea. At the beginning of the month, I'm always excited to see like, what are people doing with their planners? What do their journals look like? And, you know, I was talking recently about how I'm doing the Dan Martell, you know, 6-month change your life or change where you are type of challenge to get rid of things in your life. And so I think as much as I'm loving all of the YouTube, I mean, I've become like really way too into YouTube. I'm going to have to narrow it down, maybe limit it to some certain days. I don't really know. It brings me joy, and so one of my rules is like if something brings you joy, then you don't have to like let it go, but maybe too much of a good thing is too much. So anyway, just to show you what this is, for me, I own my own business, and I am in marketing and consulting. So I'm using these. I want to give myself like ideal weeks of like what the week for that month, depending on whatever my goal was that I outlined over here and here to be. And then I put in these are my newsletters that I put out and by email, and then some different trainings that I go through. These are my bank statements. These are different things I don't want you guys to see. But anyway, so that's how that works. And then go on so that like when I want to go back and say, oh, I had my car tuned up or something that's a business expense, it's always kept here. When I put everything on my computer, I forget about stuff. I lose it. I've had a couple brain surgeries, and so I have to have documented details. And so this is just a simple way. I keep the little puncher right next to it. When something comes in, bloop, I put my business credit card statements in there. I put my bank statements, whatever it is, and away we go. Anyway, guys, I think August is just going to be a great month for me. It's not going to be as productive, which is, I think, nice. I want to slow down. I'm ready to ooze into the fall season, and I wanted to share this with you and in and out. But thanks so much, and have a wonderful August. I will be back here hopefully next week with another week setup in my 3 planners, and have a great day.